anyways, you and Rickard are kind of in a hurry to follow this gray-skinned individual, so you get back to the town we were at, which I think was Arrowton. I had a name for these. Okay, yes, Arrowton. You get back to town, and you can sense Rickard is kind of in a hurry because he wants to track down this grayskin guy for personal reasons. So you go to the, I guess they got places where you can rent horses. You'll find it pretty easily.
Can I roll an insight to him to see what's bothering him?
Go ahead. You got a +6 on insight, so whatever you get on the die, add a 6 to it. 7 + 6.
Can I speak? I'm speaking to you in character.
Go ahead.
What is wrong, Rickard? Something is troubling you, my friend. What
yes.
is it? What is it, my archer of infamy?
Your archer of infamy. You get a little bit of a chuckle out of him for that. Kind of a grim chuckle, but he's looking off into the distance as he tells you that the natural disaster that stole his family from him was in part caused by some vampire lords from the mountains.
Indeed.
And Rickard knows from experience that some vampires do tend to have gray skin. So he's got a hard-on for vengeance. You know what I'm saying? So he's ready to get.
So I'm just looking at him and nodding, taking all this in. And I'll put my in character.
Of course.
My friend, we will get on this quest that you seek, but we should rest for the night before we depart. I'm gonna go do one show. You relax for the evening, make plans, get armor, get whatever you need from in town. I'm gonna give him a bag of gold.
Okay.
5 gold, 5 bronze, and 5 silver.
Alright. Very generous gifts.
Yeah, I'm headed to him in a little pouch. A little lambskin pouch.
He takes it gratefully.
In character.
Takes it gratefully and heads out to do angsty ranger things. Rest for the night. I don't know if he's gonna rest for the night. So Sagrita, you're left on your own. What you up to?
Like usual. Check the bulletin and see if I have a show tonight.
Check the bulletin. Bulletin's empty, bro. You can do whatever you like.
I'll just mosey on over in then.
Alright. Let me see. What was the name of this place? I think we had a name for the bar or tavern. Oh. The Twin Peaks Inn.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
Definitely not an innuendo for anything.
Oh, absolutely not. Scenic views, my ass.
There's a tad nipply in here.
Just a little bit. No, for facts. I actually went to Twin Peaks the other day for a friend's birthday party, and it was my first time, and God bless America.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anyways.
Is there an open mic night?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they've got a bard on stage currently, so if you want to just mosey on up there and...
What is the crowd size?
Crowd size? Let's roll for it. What's that? 7? 7? Alright, we're gonna roll 76. See what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh.
Decent.
Oh, let me see. We got 25 patrons in the crowd tonight.
And how many employees?
Employees, I think about 6.
Alright.
Most of them are behind the bar working on meal orders, as it's towards the end of the day.
And I'm all rested, and I have all my stuff ready. My magic, my arcana, whatever you call it, is all up. So I can perform my tricks and stand up well.
Let me see. I think you just got back in town from a little adventure, so you might be a couple spell slots dry. Let me see. Doesn't look like we recorded those. So
For the sake of argument?
it's probably fine. Yeah, you probably got like still 3 or 4 of those. So I think you will be fine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Pace yourself.
My name is Sakura, the magician. And I want to roll to see if I can get people's attention.
Absolutely. Let's go with performance. On our sheet, we have a
Mr. Blue Pill, don't fail me now.
+5 to your 14.
Oh.
Very nice. You got a 19. So Sakura steps up on stage with his big old boots. He opens with raised arms and projected voice.
May I have your attention?
The patrons look on over. You've got their attention, as you asked.
So I had a drink of water here the other day. It was a little watered down, if you know what I'm saying.
You get a couple of chuckles from the crowd. They seem interested for what you're going for here.
Very nice. I met my friend's wife the other day. Very nice. She put alcohol in the pastry though. So needless to say, never mind. It was the brown and brownie. That's all I'm gonna say.
The brown and brownie. Some of the men laugh. The women don't.
Of course not. May I please have a volunteer from the audience? Roughly from age 20 to 30, if you be so kind.
All right. Some young lad gets up and strolls on up.
Come
what
on.
are you doing, bud?
Come on up. In-game. How you doing? What's your name?
Jillian.
Jillian.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Sakura.
Nice to meet you, Sakura. Are you from around these parts?
No, sir. I am an out-of-towner.
Oh.
But forgive my inhospitality. Y'all have shown me hospitality. You've given me a place to perform. Allow me to show you some hospitality. I want to show some magic and make a chair appear.
Alright, go ahead. Poof, poof. There's a chair.
Please have a seat.
He goes to sit.
Does he fall right through because it's just a show?
He falls right through because it is indeed an illusion. Hey, what's on this?
Do I have a reaction from the crowd? He just, whoop!
His mates, who he was sitting with, you get a laugh out of them. Because apparently they're that sort, and they like to see some idiots fall.
I'm going to pull out one piece of bronze from my pocket. I said, sorry about that, and I'll toss it to him.
It bounces off his nose and runs along the floor until he grabs it.
That was for being for being a good sport.
All right.
What if I told you that I've heard of a place so scary, so frightful, it can only exist in the dark corners of your mind?
Oh, you mean the outhouse?
No, I met your mom's bedroom.
You had better laugh after that.
And trust me, it's much like the scary place, it's better with the lights off.
Ooh. Doesn't smell as good, though.
It smells like maples.
Maple?
Yeah. She's a very outdoor kind of girl, if you know what I'm saying. But getting back to the subject. What if I told you about this island with snakes? I make snakes come out of my fingers.
Woo!
And
people in the front row kind of recoil.
And what if I told you about giant mountain trolls?
Giant mountain troll. Make a big illusion of one. It looms over the crowd, and they cry out in shock.
You may believe a place like this does not exist. I beg to differ. Show them an island. Can I project an island from my hand? It's very
Absolutely
miniature.
Possible with illusions, yes.
All right, this place right here is my next adventure. And who among you brave souls, men or women, above the age between 18 and 40, we need healthy adults, would like to go on this trip? Show me a show of hands.
Roll persuasion. Let's see what you got. Persuasion, also a 5. So roll a 10.
Can I possibly roll again? with more persuasion, like an ante.
You rolled it for it once, so we're gonna keep rolling with it. Aha!
Ha ha ha
aha!
ha!
Aha!
Way to go.
Let me see. I don't know percentage. We roll high, we might get somebody interested. Oh, look at that. 81. Yeah.
How many hands do I see raised?
2. 2 hands are raised.
You. And what did they identify as? Male or female? What did they identify as? Male or female?
Let me see, guys. I'm gonna roll for it.
Metal. Metal.
My ring is, but these are ceramic.
When it sounded okay.
It did sound like metal.
Yeah.
You hear the coin. Oh shit.
I've heard the coino shit before.
1, 2, 3, male. 4, 5, 6, female. 1 female.
Oh, very nice.
2 female.
Oh, oh, it's gonna be quite. It's gonna be quite a party then.
Didn't see that coming.
Neither did they.
I bet. All right, so we have a
Yes, ladies.
pair of serious-looking girls in the back raising their hands. From their attire, you can tell that they're travelers, somewhat like you. Let's see, they got some leathers. They got some. One's carrying a bow and arrow, and one's got what kind of weapon? A hammer? I'm a fan of hammery girls, so yeah, we'll say she's got a giant ass hammer. Leaning on the table next to her.
Maybe a possible love interest for Rickard. She's a bow girl.
Maybe.
She's a bow girl.
Maybe. Hey, look, man. Just because people like the bow, don't mean all bow people like bow people.
Listen. Everyone needs a bow job. So
I feel like I walked right into that one.
God, I hope not. That'd be awkward conversation to explain. Oh, hey, Andrew. That's good to see you.
Oh. Okay, I see.
You, two fine females. Would you like to come with me on this magical journey? It will be between 1 and 2 weeks, and you will be paid a some fee.
Well, we waited for the adventure. Might as well.
Splendid! Now I want to give one last roll.
Alright, what are you rolling for?
Anybody else?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
That's better than the last one.
So plus 5 is a 16. I feel like the mention of a fee might have lit a few eyes in the crowd.
That's what I was hoping for.
But who is brave enough to go on an adventure?
Keep that thought. Keep that thought. While you think of their names, of course.
Oh, of course, yes. Ford. Demon. Egen. I like that.
It just needs to brew for like 5-10 more minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And then have a make the quesadillas.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. We've got food on the way.
Indeed.
Could this rumbly in my tumbly be anticipation?
So?
Alright. Let me see. You want to do anything else as far as performance?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And this is where the performing part's actually going to come in.
Okay.
But be warned. As I dim the lights.
Oh, okay, yeah.
This journey is not for the faint of heart. You will be scared. You will be frightened. There will be danger around every corner. No place will be safe except under my guidance. And I promise everything in my power to keep you safe. But if you become too adventurous or too interested in other than the task, I cannot guarantee your safety. Who's with me?
So there was a smattering of applause after you promised to keep people safe, but then it got a little awkwardly quiet as you said that next part. No, not being able to keep someone safe if you take things in your own hands. Well,
yeah.
You are only one adventurer.
And then I throw my fist in the air and I say, "Who's with me?"
The two ladies in the back kind of raise their hands and go, "Oh!"
Do I roll for performance again?
No, I think we're good on that part.
Okay.
Alright, so your show / recruitment, winding down a little bit.
Can I pull out something from my cloak?
What would you like to do?
A piece of parchment.
Okay, and?
Sign your name and your age and where you're from. That way I can keep track of your finances. Or notify your next of kin of your passing.
Finances?
Because I'm paying people.
Okay.
And do I get a chuckle at that last part? Or I can notify your next of kin if you pass.
There's some kind of reaction from the crowd, but...
Not funny.
It's not totally positive, yeah.
Meet me at my recruiting desk in 5 minutes.
Okay. Okay, the chair. Alright.
Thank you, you've been a lovely audience.
There's confused applause.
I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Now, do I roll for payment?
You do not have to roll for payment. We're probably gonna go off of... Oh, if you're asking about how much of a donation you get, like putting out your hat afterwards?
Yes.
Yeah, let me see.
It's a nice thin hat, and then just...
Nice thin hat. Okay, what do I want to roll for payment?
Like I walk over to the females and they put their hand out and say, "It ain't gonna be a rabbit." Little snide comment.
Are you familiar with the Dick in the Box song?
Yes, I am.
That's immediately what I thought of. Alright, let me see. Ooh, nice. A4 and A3. We're gonna go 3 gold.
Very nice.
23 and 4 silver. So we're at 15 now.
No PPs though.
That's probably a good thing.
Yes.
Aha.
So I'm sitting at the desk, waiting for people to sign.
Alright, you're sitting at your table in the tavern, yeah. And the two ladies come up. One kind of holding her hammer on the back, and the other free-handed because she got her bow over her shoulder.
And can I get your name, fair maiden?
I don't know about fair maiden. They seem, a bit on the mature-ish edge of things. Like, not young and sprightly, but not old either, you know what I'm saying?
Under 40.
Under 40.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That's good. They introduce themselves as Hortense, the Hammer Girl, and Paisley, the Bow Girl.
Pleasure to meet you, ladies.
Paisley is the younger sister. We're going to peg Hortense as a 34.
Not bad.
And we're going to peg Paisley as 28, I think. Let me see. As far as finances and stuff.
Would you like a quesadilla, sir?
Hmm?
Would you like a quesadilla?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, while you're filling out their info.
As far as finances, like what exactly are you asking for that?
I meant like, when they get paid, I can pay them when they come back, if they come back.
Okay.
That's what I meant by get their finances in order.
Okay. Hmm. Booty bale hooks and some pizza. Cargo hold. Hmm. I was hoping to skip over the initial get back to town and do stuff because you're on a mission to grab or try to chase down an antagonist. Who, has the advantage of flying around, so. Well, we'll see how it works out. I think Rickard will probably have a lead. Let me see. Let's roll for that. We got Rickard's. I'll give it to him. As a. I'm gonna call it an investigation check.
Can I post something real quick? Can I post a bulletin on the tavern outside the door?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Everything I just said, 1 gold per day?
Gold per day.
Okay, fine. 5 silver per day.
If I may prevail on your common sense, it's probably a few weeks away to this island. Just going off your basic knowledge of geography that you know as a character of the world, and I don't think you've got the funds for 5 silver a day rates.
5 bronze. I'll go to an exchange place within the city and get currency exchange. 5 bronze per day.
Yeah, that'll probably work out.
Okay.
How many weeks away? I know it's 100 miles from the capital of Ravenshold, which is called Ravensgate, to Haagen-Dazs, and then I like to do things mathematically. Let me see. From Haagen-Dazs to Ravensgate, or excuse me, to Ayrton, I think it's 25 miles. You can travel roughly 25 miles in a day. So, trying to remember what I know of the map, it would be roughly, geez, I want to say like 500 miles, or no, less. my gratitudes. Oh no. Oh no.
What's so funny, sir?
Well, if you insist. Come here. So what do we do about Jingo?
Here you are, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Oh, it keeps going. Wow, that does not look good at all.
No, it doesn't. Anyway,
Have you seen this image? How about?
I don't watch anime, sir.
This isn't an anime image.
Needs to chill. Come. Yes, I like that one.
That is very silly.
Indeed.
Gas is higher than some of our credit score. Oof.
I posted one the other day
Wow.
that says beer is now cheaper than gas. Drink, don't drive.
Drink, don't drive. That's pretty good.
Like, anyway,
Alright.
nice crispification for you.
Maximum crispification.
Not
That
maximum,
is
but like
what I like to
80%.
hear. 80%? Good enough. They give you some of their information. Hortense and Paisley do.
Mhm.
They've got relatives in a place called Crithis Falls in Gargoyle's Hold, which you know to be the next hold down south from Oxhold.
Indeed.
Oxenhold? I don't remember. It's probably not important. So they kind of ask you when you plan on heading out
And a number of weeks.
in a number of weeks.
Isn't that what you said?
She was asking when you were starting this journey.
When am I starting this journey, sir? Out of character.
Out of character? You know that Rickard is itching to go, and you did say to him that you're going to go next morning.
Oh, yes. The following morning, my ladies.
Alright. So they kind of nod. They didn't really expect you were heading out that quickly. But
it's
they are...
it's gonna be like 14 hours away. The trip is 14 hours away. Well, we're gonna be leaving in 14 hours.
Ah, okay.
It's currently 8 o'clock at night, I'm assuming.
Roughly around there, yeah.
And we'll leave around 10 in the morning.
Okay.
That's 14.
Okay. So you tell them that you're going to be leaving in the morning, mid-morning about.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of nod. They were planning on staying another day, but they're fine with hanging out if y'all are paying them.
Of course.
All right, yeah. So
Is there anything that I should know about y'all before we get started tomorrow morning? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Do you have I sound like a job interview. Do you have a hard time? Do you have hard time performing certain tasks? Can you lift more than 40 pounds?
Hortense like hefts her hammer and says, "You know, she's pretty strong." So.
And Brad Paisley?
Paisley says she has a fear of buttons.
Like self-destruct buttons? Because I have a fear of those.
No, just regular old sewing buttons.
Oh, sewing buttons.
Mm-hmm.
I shall be sure to keep my shirt fly open then.
All right.
Because,
okay.
you know, the button up.
Yeah. Don't want to do that.
And I shall also inform you, ladies, that I have my partner with me. His name is Rickard. He is an expert bowman.
No, Hortense kind of nudges Paisley, who's like rolls her eyes. Seems to have like some kind of ongoing joke, maybe there. All right.
He has been my loyal partner for years. We've watched each other's backs on more than one occasion. We've been through many adventures on more than one occasion. He has saved my life, and I have saved his. In fact, I would not be here right now if it wasn't for Mr. Rickard. For example,
They're not impressed.
there was a time where I was almost killed by a horde of zombies, and he rushed to get me a potion out of the neighboring house. So therefore, I would not be there. We would not be here without him. No, that did happen. The shotgun from the wall.
Ah, yes. That was a thing that happened.
Yeah. Sometimes my memory's good.
Sometimes.
Any questions?
Not really. Not really. Do you have a specific place you're gonna be meeting in the morning?
Yes, we shall meet by the dock
Dock.
at 9:45.
Ireton does have a river. Okay, yeah. Alright.
Pleasure meeting you, ladies. Do I offer them handshakes?
Hortense will take it with kind of an exaggerated swing in. Paisley takes her hand a little bit more delicately.
Very nice.
And then they head back
Now, if
to
you'll
their table.
Now, if you'll excuse me, ladies, I gotta put some affairs in order myself, and I'll see y'all in the morning.
Alright,
And I said, oh, and by the way, you'll be staying at the guest house on the opposite side of town. On me. My charge, of course.
Okay. We've got rooms here, though. Hortense let you know, so...
Well, you know, I just want to get you introduced to a different bedroom than you're used to because you'll be sleeping in a different bed. On the ship.
Ship.
That's how we're getting to the island, aren't we?
You're not quite in range of... You're not quite in ship range just yet. The lake is... quite a distance away. You are next to a river, but that is flowing in the opposite direction of what you're needing to go in. So, you're going to be doing a bit of land traveling to get to the lake first.
Alright, are they still within talking distance?
Mm-hmm.
Your jobs will be as included: cooking, cleaning, watching camp, traveling with me and or Rickard. You two are not to stray farther than 100 yards away from each campsite. For your own safety, of course. If you need to go do your business, you don't need to tell me.
Alright. You do understand that we're adventurers too, right?
I was just...
We've been on the road for a bit. We know how to handle ourselves. I appreciate your concern.
Can I tilt my hat?
You may.
I can't protect you if I can't see you. And I gave him a sly wink.
Alright.
Till the morning, ladies. And I just take my coat and just walk the other way.
A dramatic exit.
Indeed.
Okay.
So, I would like to now go meet with Rickard.
Okay, you head back to your room where you find Rickard. He seems to be preparing to go to sleep.
Hey, go ahead. Okay. No, it's more enjoyable while it's warm.
That's true. I'm not gonna enjoy anything if everything's cold. Here we go. Thank you for the food.
You're welcome. It was per your request. You gotta have some
You
DM
offered.
fuel.
You did offer. I'm a barbarian.
What's that? Beef. Beans and beef, also known as beef. So, I just go like this towards Rickard. I go, or just like, and he looks towards me. I just like wave a simple gesture, and I call him over to me. I'm just giving you time to chew. And now I'm gonna elaborate and tell him everything that has transpired tonight.
Alright. He seems impressed by the fact that you recruited some people on such short notice.
Money talks, my friend.
Yes, it does.
Now, before we continue on to any other business, Rickard, did you manage to procure any more weapons and or armor?
He he nods and says, I got a rush job at the armory. And they repaired our armor, buffed it up a little bit, shined it. I also have 2 horses ready on the morning,
Excellent.
so we can depart with all haste at daybreak.
Now, I did roll an insight on the 2 ladies, right?
I don't think you did.
Well, shit. Because I was going to figure out what their sizes were so I can get them armor.
Oh, sizes. They were wearing armor, I would like to point out.
Oh, well, that takes care of that issue then.
Yeah. Like I told you, they're adventurers. They kind of seemed, used to a life on the road.
Excellent. Now, I explained to him that we will be traveling up the river to a dock.
Okay, I got a bit of a layout here for you.
Okay.
So, you're kind of between the 2 mountain ranges, like I said. The lake's over here. Your river is going that way. And this is mostly like kind of foothills with a lot of forest.
So, how good is Rickard in land nav?
Really good?
Okay.
He's a ranger, after all. He grew up in this area, too. So, this is kind of his specialty.
In game, what is safer to get to the dock? Water or land?
You have a very interesting idea of dock. Yeah, he's gonna go land travel straight through the foothills. There are a couple of towns we can resupply at on the way. And I think the town that the villagers told me is best out there is a town called Brewydale. Right there. Near the edge of the lake.
Indeed. So, there are some supply shops that I would like to peruse before we take leave.
Okay. What is those?
I want to go to a weaponsmith, not just an armor.
Okay.
So I shall head there. With my powerful legs that have black boots and red shoelaces. I push the door open. Does a bell go off or anything? Alright. Roll for investigation. Just to get a survey of the area. What do I see? Okay, so I see a rack of weapons, some potions on the table, and
yes.
and a workshop keeper in the far right. Is that what you were telling me?
More or less, yeah. We'll go with that. Gesture communication. I can learn sign language, probably, maybe.
So I will take my hat off to show that I am no threat. And I'll put it in my bag of holding.
Okay, you do that.
I will walk up to the shopkeeper.
He has seen you enter and acknowledges you.
How do you do?
I'm doing alright. How are you doing?
Doing alright, thank you. Nice place you got here.
Yeah, thank you. You came in right at closing time, buddy. What are you looking for?
I'll make it worth your time. Trust me.
Okay.
What do you have for ranged?
Oh, as far as projectile weapons, are you looking to start a siege or something? That's probably something you want to find closer to the city, bub. It looks like you got a rifle on you. I can resupply you with some ammunition.
That would be much appreciated.
If you let me see it, I'll just take note of the make and model and find the correct bullets.
I empty the gun, turn the safety off.
Okay. He kind of pulls it over. This is kind of an older model that they used to use in the big city for the guards.
It was a gift from a friend.
No, that's very generous. These can go for a pretty high price if you find the right buyers.
Yeah, it's one of my treasured.
Especially with these little inlaid gold pieces right here. Alright. I think we've got these bullets in stock. We've only got about 6 boxes of them.
How much is it per box, my good man?
Oh, good. Per box, it's about 3 gold a box.
That's pricey.
Yeah, sure is.
May
The
I-
guns are kind of rare out in the boonies out here, so.
May I make a suggestion, if you don't mind, sir?
Mm.
Can I buy in bulk and get a lower price?
Roll persuasion. Where'd my die go? There you go. 6 and 5 is an 11.
Now it's counter. Oh wow.
Sir, I'm afraid with this model, the 6 boxes are all I have, so I would not be willing to part with them for a very large discount.
Not even large, sir.
Oh no, what?
Just 15% off per box.
15%?
You may have seen me at the stand up.
Oh yeah, I did hear about you from Stanley. He did say that some fella came in causing all sorts of magic and calamity.
That was me.
He was trying to recruit something about a trip out to an island, which is kind of funny since we're in the middle of, the continent here.
May I be able to wager you something, my lord?
What kind of wager are you thinking, lad?
I travel a lot. I have a lot of word of mouth.
Mm-hmm.
I will put you on the map in my travels for anyone that comes in this town.
Alright.
And I will give you a lot more business.
Roll another persuasion.
This one?
No. Plus 5, I think it was.
Hey, that was the plate.
Alright, you can roll again.
That's much better.
15. Blip. 5, yeah. Oh wow, you can bring me more customers, huh? Well, that sounds mighty fine. How about this? The total price of 6 boxes at 3 gold each would be 18 gold. How about I take off 3 gold? That's essentially 1 free box.
I have enough for that.
So for a price of 18 minus 3, 15 gold, I think. It seems you have 25 right there. Woo! Woo! Hefty! By the way, son, there are about, 1 second. He goes and gets a box and kind of counts through it. They're about 18 bullets a box, so if you don't need to buy them all.
You never know. We live in a very uncertain time, my friend. And I at least want to have one certainty. I put my hand like this on my rifle.
Well, that's true enough. You hear all those rumors about monsters to the west of here. All sorts of terrible tales from folks coming in with legs missing, arms ripped off, all this kind of stuff.
I tell him that I have seen a few.
But, we also got to make a living out here. We don't get a lot of customers, even when people spread word of mouth about the armory and so on and so forth and blah,
Can I
blah,
cast an
blah,
illusion?
blah. Sure, go ahead.
You may have heard that I am a magician. I can also tell the future.
Stanley definitely did say something about a fella casting illusion magic, that's for sure.
This is your shop right now. Just show him that it's lit, it's well-mannered, but it's a little bit barren. And when I return from my trip, I want him to see like a long line outside.
His eyes light with greed. Alright, son, I guess I can take 2 more gold off the total price, reducing you to 13 gold for 6 boxes. That's, I think, as low as I can go.
You got a deal.
Alright, young man. Here you are.
And I'll even shine up the gold for him.
13? Okay. Where'd my pencil go? Oh, yeah. Take off 13. 25 minus 13. We are at
12.
Yes.
I can math.
You sure can. Mental math is not my strong suit.
Oh, 13, not 12.
I have to stare off into the middle distance to get anything done.
What does CP mean?
That's the copper pieces. Those are the little itty bitty ones.
And silver pieces?
Mm-hmm.
I will throw one silver piece, brand new and shiny.
Mm-hmm.
Thank it for his business.
Alright. So, you walk out, much richer in ammunition, as the shopkeep continues to close up his little place. I assume now you head back to your room at the place, and...
Not quite.
Oh, no? You have more plans?
Yes. I want to see...
Staying out late, alright.
That's what I do.
Okay.
I'm an entertainer.
Okay.
I want to ask people around if there's a place that will loan me a ship.
Loan you a ship.
With
in the middle of a mountain town.
For money, of course. Like I said, word of mouth.
Loan you a ship in the middle of a mountain town. Alright. It's kind of a smallish town. There's not too many people out late. Let me see. You do find a couple of fellas. Just one. It's that guy you knocked on his butt earlier, Jillian. Who's still out and about, a little tipsy looking. His friends are nowhere to be seen. And this is the man you find wandering the streets at the tower.
Roll investigation, make sure he's alone.
Okay, let's see. That would be... What's it? Perception, I think?
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and roll that boy right there. You got a +3 in perception, so a 14. You take a look around the streets, and yeah, it's just Jillian kind of sitting on the side of some building of unknown purpose.
Excuse me, Mr. Jillian, I call out.
Oh, it's the magician. What you gonna do? Put me through another chair?
No, I would cherish that moment.
Aha! This one's got a mouth on him.
So does your mother.
What's with you and me, Mum?
What? She's a classy lady.
What?
Well, I just came to apologize for the way I may or may not have mistreated you on stage.
Oh, it's all right.
No,
Lads
no,
are
no.
having a good laugh at me later, but I'll get
No,
over
no,
it.
no, please. Let me buy you another beer. I'm going to throw down 3 copper pieces.
Okay.
55. Oh. This means I have 52. I just put it nice in this pocket.
Okay, he like kind of nods blearily at it and looks up like, oh, thanks. Did you need anything?
As a matter of fact, yes, I do, sir. I believe you heard my offer to go on this magical journey.
Oh yeah. Well, I almost raised my hand, but my mom needs help with the kids and the business.
Can I hire like a minion or something to take care of the kids, or like, do I have any?
Paid to do that. Right now,
I think that would be necromancy, wouldn't it?
Think so. What?
Wouldn't that be necromancy? I could raise the dead or raise whatever.
I don't think you have that skill at this moment.
Yeah.
That's further on the skill tree.
Yeah.
As it were. Also, necromancy to lush children.
I mean, they'd be dying to work.
Okay. I would say...
No.
Yeah, no. We don't have any necromancy spells at the moment, I don't think.
Would you like to bring your family on the ship? They will be well taken care of and well fed.
But the business is in town. Why would we pick up everybody and go further west, right? What are you really saying? Then there's dangers and all? Why would you take kids into that, man?
They will be on the ship.
Hmm?
They will be on the ship, and my crew will take care of them.
You have a crew? Roll deception.
Okay.
You do not have a ship.
I'm going
Roll
to
your
get there.
deception.
If I get a 20, you have to give me a free crew.
We'll see. But no, I'm not gonna shake on it. I'm not gonna shake on it.
That's not bad.
17. For the deception, I'm gonna roll his insight. He's like a commoner. He's got like maybe a 1. Shit, he believes you. This, town lout believes you that you have a ship.
Out of character.
Hmm?
I will have one.
We'll see about that. We will see about that.
Even if it's just a fucking kayak.
You're not fitting 5 kids on a kayak.
I'm also bringing 2 goats.
It's a little dark, brother. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, so he's like, oh wow, so you're not only a magician, you're also a captain. What's a fella like you doing all the way out here? Shouldn't you be, like, on the river, making money? My accent's all over the place, I'm sorry.
I can just, like, show them that I've got money.
Yeah.
Put it back in my bag of withholding.
Fellow of affluence, eh?
I'm a jack of all trades, master of one.
Alright. But I'm still not letting you just uproot me family.
I'm not. It's completely up to you.
No, yeah. Staying here.
Alright, as a DM, can you help me out here a little bit? I don't know how to persuade this one.
What are you trying to persuade him of?
Is there anybody that can take care of his family and his shop?
I don't think so. Like, it's him and his mom. And if you stick around and listen to his drunken ramblings, they've apparently been having a hard go of it recently, with something about the weather and not providing enough irrigation to the fields or blah blah blah. Economic stuff we're not interested in.
Oh.
But he seems very interested in it, and he thinks if he sticks around, he might be able to eke out enough cash for them to maybe turn a profit this next season. So it's important to him to stay close to home.
What if I told you right now that I could take care of your family for the trip? Pull out 3 gold pieces.
3 gold, huh? That's a lot of cash to put in front of a drunken lout.
Your family, going or not going, will be taken care of.
Okay. His red little eyes light up at this money in your hand, which would probably put them through a month or 2 of food, wisely spent.
Rationing.
Yeah, exactly. So, what exactly is it you want me to do? His hand kind of inches toward the money in your hand.
Be a deckhand, and also be a watchful eye.
Deckhand and eye?
Basically, just assist me with whatever I need, and what my fellow man needs.
An assistant, eh? And there's more where that came from.
Well, of course, sir. Just put it all back in here.
Oh. Alright.
Splendid, Gilliam.
I'm not gonna say that. Second oldest of 5. One's shot with money. He's about 26-ish, I think. Alright. So, you've convinced him to come along on this little journey.
We gotta be honest with each other. I said we gotta be honest with each other.
This is a game of make-believe. We don't gotta be honest at all.
Well, I think it has.
Okay. Alright, anything else you want to get done?
What are you proficient in?
You asked me, Jillian?
Yes. Weapon style, combat style. Battlefield tactician.
My older brother taught me how to chop down a tree, so I think I could swing an axe with a pretty good swing. Like, goes to swing his hand, smacks the building, and like, ah! Rubs his hand.
Heal his hand.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a handy trick, mister.
Can I heal his hand?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
You don't gotta roll for it, you just... Oh, you know what? Roll that, and he'll get back to points.
Hopefully I don't break his...
No, it's fine, it's all positive. Alright, 6 hit points, wow. Your healing magic blasts into his hand, fixes it up pronto, and actually seems to clear him up a bit from his...
Stupor.
Yes, that's the word. So he's a little bit more sober now. Wow, that was a shot of good stuff, wasn't it?
Yes. I will see you around between 9:45 and 10 in the morning. I will drop by, come get you, and I will leave the gold with your family.
Oh, alright. My house is 3 blocks this way and a turn at the alley.
Very well.
How's it going?
You doing alright?
I'm doing alright, how are you?
I hear you got a good job?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Awesome.
Pretty tiring.
Hey, how much money?
Alright.
Hey.
You wanna work in a metal shop?
Why not?
5 in the morning?
I like a lot of metal music.
It's good money,
Right.
huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well,
More than I've ever made in my life.
But it's far from here, though, isn't it?
and benefits?
Not really, it's right down the street. It comes with benefits, yeah.
Mm.
Is that something he could do?
I think so. You got your crane operators, you got your helpers, you know, lifting parts off tables all the time,
Uh-huh.
grinding them down, putting them on pallets, stacking and counting.
So it's
Um,
physical, or do you use machinery?
Half and half, yeah. We have cranes for like the super heavy pieces,
And
like the 1-inch
forklifts
plate and stuff. We have forklifts, yeah.
See? That's money. Forklift operators make a lot of money.
Yeah.
In some businesses, they make
Some
a lot.
businesses.
Can you make me a
Sure.
quesadilla, Mother?
Huh?
Can you make me a quesadilla?
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you want one?
I got
got
one.
one.
Oh, okay.
This man was being generous today.
So, he told me
So.
his house is 3 blocks down the way, turn the alley.
And then he seems to think the deal is concluded, so he turns and starts heading home.
Mhm.
Anything else tonight?
Oh, by the way, sir.
Hmm?
Is there a place where a gentleman like myself can procure a ship?
That ship? In this town?
Anywhere in the nearing village.
For that you might want to go closer to Lake Sigyn.
Make a note of that, please.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yep. Alright.
See you in the morning.
Will do. Alright, he heads home. Anything else? Lake Sigyn, excuse me.
We'll probably go later on in the morning, get a couple more horses.
Okay.
Because we have a total...
You got cheese in it already?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we're going to be having between 5 and 6 people.
Alright, you going back to sleep now?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll go to sleep.
I also heal while I sleep, right?
Correct, and you regain spell slots. So from that, from the shenanigans earlier, we're back up to full. 24 hit points. Well done.
Thank you.
A lot of social interaction today. Alright, forward to the morning. You and Rickard are up and bright and early, out at the dock.
I'll offer him one of these.
Sure thing. He rolls his eyes a little because that's how Rickard is, but he does. You're growing on him. I think y'all only met like
In game.
in game, yeah. So that hasn't been that long. Funny thing. Alright,
We were at the tower then together.
so you head out to the docks where you meet up with Hortense and Paisley, who are actually waiting there for y'all.
Top of the morning to you, ladies.
Introductions go around. I'm gonna start speeding up a little bit because
Oh,
you wanna fight some stuff. Or?
do I got Gillian with us?
When you show up, he's not there, and you wait for around half an hour. 10 o'clock come and goes, and he finally runs up the street, huffing and puffing.
Did you say wait?
No, he actually explained to you that he explained the situation to his mom, and she reminded him of the opportunity upcoming this next season, and there's a little bit of familial conflict and drama and stuff.
Mhm.
So he seems really reluctant to go out on this adventure.
Well, I'll explain to him as honestly as I can. I say, you're a businessman. You're a family man. I don't want you to feel like you're making your family go through something. I'll tell you what, because you came out here anyway, I will give you just 1 gold if you decide not to come. And they'll at least carry you over to the next season.
That sounds like a deal to him.
He decides not to go?
Yeah, he really thinks that this next opportunity is gonna make it for him and his family.
Well, I'll add 2 gold back then.
Okay.
And I'll throw 1 piece of gold at him and I say, good luck on your future endeavors. Thank you for your time.
Bops off his nose, falls to the ground, and he scrambles after it, seeming in a repeat of last night's shenanigans.
Do the girls laugh?
Paisley giggles a little, yeah. Let me see. Hortense snorts, and Rickard remains impassive as ever.
Like, no verbal acknowledgement of what just happened? Or no physical?
No. Rickard's a ice cold wall.
I mean, he did tell me where a ship was, so he gets something.
I mean, that's kind of common knowledge, though. So I want to let you know, you can just roll to see what you know about the world as well. So if you ever want to know anything, you can just ask me, your friendly DM, and I will, just kind of slide that information into your character's mind, as it were.
So I would like to take in the surroundings.
All right, you decided to meet by the dock. This is a town that does have a river. It is a very quickly flowing river. I believe we went over a bridge when we were first arriving from the south. So since y'all are going west, you are going to be going into some pine forests and hill country. So you're going to be following some game trails for the most part.
Do I get a ship from somebody?
In this town, no.
Okay. So So we're traveling the side of the river on land?
No, actually, you're going to be heading away from the river to the west, out across the piney wooded areas.
Are there any horses nearby I could procure for the ladies?
Let me see. They've got horses with them.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah. So the 2 Rickard got, plus the 2 they got, we got a ride for everybody.
Okay, so I guess I'll just mount our horses.
Okay, yeah, you mount up, and get out. Rickard is going to roll a little navigation thingy. 19, proficient as ever. He guides you unerringly to the west.
Is there any conversation between any of us, or are we just riding in silence?
Well, Rickard isn't going to say anything. I think Paisley would kind of pipe up and ask you a bit about your past experiences and travels and so forth.
So, in-game character, go ahead and begin the conversation. So I'm just like...
So, Mr. Sakura, you say...
Sakura, please.
Oh, Sakura.
Yes, ma'am.
She kind of stumbles over the pronunciation, being as it's a kind of an unfamiliar name to her. And... I have an attachment for that for bikes, I've seen those before. That's pretty cool.
I have the reins.
Okay.
Oh, whoa, boy.
Your horse suddenly does a jump and skip. So, you mentioned a mountain troll. You ever fought one of those?
Had a close encounter.
Oh? With the one under the bridge, eh? Up near the front of town?
I was actually in a tree.
Oh, in a tree. Really? So this wasn't near here?
No.
Oh, wow. Where was it?
About 2 lands over.
2 lands. Holds? Okay. 2 holds over.
Big sumbitch. 20 feet tall at least.
You must have been up in Tigerhold. I hear they have all kinds of wild monsters up there. They got the behears and the dragons and dire tigers.
And she'll see me shiver at dragon.
Oh, you don't like dragons?
We are not on friendly terms.
Few people are. I've heard of people who actually ride dragons way out east.
Well, that will be on my bucket list for things to do before I go.
Hortons kind of pipes up with, we're going the wrong direction for dragon riding. Out here, there's nothing but fae. Fae and undead.
Well, good thing we're not going to see any dragons this time.
Well, you never know. They do travel pretty widely.
Yeah. What do you know about dragons? Speaking to...
Hortons?
Yeah. I want to call her Horchata, but I keep...
Horchata. Let me see. Hortense looks thoughtful for a moment and then says, can't say that I've ever seen a dragon before. We come from down south in Gargoyle's Hold, so we have to deal with fae mostly down there. Although they do have fairy dragons. And
beautiful and dangerous creatures.
Little bitch tricksters, more like.
That's why they're beautiful and dangerous.
Always stealing your stuff if you lie it out and about.
I know about dragons.
Alright?
Tastes like chicken.
Thank you
Is
very
that
much.
okay?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Did you want me to heat that one up?
No, it's fine. It's still plenty warm on the inside.
Okay.
Like, the surface is nice and cool, but you know, you stick your finger and you're gonna get burned.
Oh, la la.
Is that the way you wanted them?
Yes, I
I
appreciate
saw that
it.
you didn't have the pizza cutter out, so I didn't figure make them flat.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Oh, it's a cat. Un chat.
Hortense?
Gato. What's up?
What about anything else, Hortense?
As far as dragons go, no, not really.
Okay. So, I guess now would be the part of the DM where we would be going into combat, wouldn't we? Like a trial run? We roll for encounter or something like that? I remember that.
Yeah, we did do that before, but I want to kind of speed it up and get us to the lake because that's a bit of traveling.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do next is we're kind of gonna completely skip over the 3 towns in the middle of nowhere because they're all kind of tiny places. Presumably you're gonna do your performance at each one, you know, see if you can get recruits or what have you.
And money.
I was about to get to that, yeah. So I'm gonna let you roll on the D20 3 times. We're gonna add your performance roll to each one, and we're gonna see what happens. So town 1, we're gonna get a what's your performance? 5, 7, 8, 13.
Not bad.
First town, not bad at all. Good
Second.
for second town.
I dropped my money on the floor.
That's a 6, but it's nat 1. Roll one more time.
That makes up for it.
17. 6 plus 5 is 22. Over 20.
Wow, man.
Disgusting. I'll take another bite here.
May I?
I'm not using it. I'm a very meat eater, despite shoving my face full of everything.
Ooh la la. Exactly. I'm glad finally somebody understands. Can I check? Oh, how much did I get?
We're about to go into that.
Okay.
I'm putting together a little story in my head.
Please do.
I think you get robbed in that second town. In that one, they did not like your performance. Chase you out with pitchforks or something. The other 2 towns...
Must have been Chicago.
Must have been. The Chicago of Phantasmagoria, yes.
Chicago.
Chicago. Alright.
I know a joke that they didn't like. Shish kebab. Shawshank Redemption. Chicago. You're out of there. Listen to it.
Ah, never seen it.
Oh, my childhood. You punched it.
I love to hit kids. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Anyway.
Right. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to look at total gold we get. More or less. From your performances. So we're going to roll 1 for the first town, 2 for the second town, and then a d4 to see how much you lost in the third town. Alright?
It was the second town I lost.
Hmm?
It was the second town I lost.
Yes, that's what I said.
You said third town, but okay.
It's the second, I'm pretty sure.
No.
Alright. Gain 3 gold. From the first town. Oof. Lose 4. They took you for what you had. Oh, come on, third town. I'm gonna roll another one, because I don't like that result. Give me something good. Alright, there we go. That was 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 3. 7. So all told, your journey nets you a net 7 gold. Up. Now where are we at? 12?
Yeah.
12 goes up to 7, 8, 9, 19.
1985.
I love that song.
Me too.
Very good song. So, did you want to do recruiting in those towns as well, just to see who
Yes.
would come along?
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm gonna automatically nix the second town, because obviously the reception was very poor there. First town, I'll roll a percentage on it, and the last town, I'm gonna let you roll your persuasion again. So, percentage for the second town.
Not bad.
Where's my d10s? Right here. Wow, 98! Damn, boy. Alright, you do manage to recruit some people. I'm gonna let you roll this d8 here and see how many people you get. Let me see, it's a 3. Alright, we got 3 more adventurers coming with you. Some townies. And since you were asking about a ship, you do have a guy who is at least interested in learning about sailing. So now that's 3 party members. Who do we got? We got the ship nerd.
Shep nerd.
We've got dude and another woman.
Damn.
Damn.
No, another one. What is the physique of this gentleman?
Local bloke. Let me see. Third town over. It's gonna be out on the plains. So it's probably a farmhand. So it's probably kind of,
Burly?
broad-shouldered. Yeah. Burly fella. As for the girl, she also came from a farm town, so, she's pretty stocky as well. Broad, not fat,
Huston.
Yeah, kind of more Hortense than Paisley, if you know what I'm saying. And she is... What is her occupation that she would so willingly engage on an adventure? Okay, let me see. She's a retired guard, actually, from one of the larger cities, kind of just trying to live out on the plains. But she has heard, a lot of tales of death and destruction of the monsters in the West, and she wants to make sure her town is protected, so she readily signs up with you, no pay needed.
Excellent.
Alright, so we got you, Sakura, Rickard, Hortense, Paisley. I'm gonna give some quick names out.
Ficklefack. How about Andromeda?
Faxton. I like Andromeda. And
Is it a guy or a girl?
last one's a guy.
Brad. You already know where I'm going with that.
Get away from me. Get away from me. You naughty, naughty pun machine. We're gonna call him Mike.
Mike Paisley.
No. Alright. So I guess you get horses, and that's gonna accrue some expenses. You sleep at local inn, that's gonna accrue more expenses, and it's just, a very kind of expensive journey. We're gonna brush over that.
Thank you.
And get to the last town here on our list. The town right out next to by the lake. The Brulydale. Let me see. Brulydale, out next to the lake. It's a walled town, kind of on the larger side. Sitting on a hill with a view of the lake itself. On the slope of the hill between the lake and the town, there's like a bunch of smaller buildings and roads and stuff, foundries, building things, manufacturing spots, all this stuff. So it's a little bustling place. And due to the, vagaries of your trip, you are coming to this place from the south, and you're actually heading, as you would do, straight to the lakeshore to see what's going on down there. And it turns out there's quite the crowd down by the lake. There are a couple of ships ready, a lot of, adventurous-looking people out there. Blokes with gigantic swords, people with guns, all of them armed.
The town is buzzing. The town is buzzing. The town is buzzing.
Yeah, this part of town is. You kind of come at it from the south, so you're not sure how buzzing the actual town is, but down here on the lakefront, it seems like shit's getting real.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Does anybody recognize me?
How would you know if they would recognize you?
From my shows, word of mouth. Would they come up to me? Like, hey, you're...
with you? I see you've been making a name for yourself. Let's see if anyone is bold enough to confront the legendary Sakura. I'll have to roll a percentage. I think that's percentage. Let me see. What do we got? 004? What is this? What is the 00?
Never heard of you.
100? 10. Alright, so I'm assuming that's 100. So 104? Does that make sense?
Makes sense to me.
Alright, whatever. So yeah. A couple of people with like the burly farmhand physique that Mike has kind of come up to you and, say they recognize you from a couple of your shows and the town's over, kind of clapping on the back, say how you're doing, and they ask you, "Oh, Sakura, are you here for the subjugation quest?"
As wise as you are handsome.
Oh, shucks. Always quick with the flattery, this one, eh? Alright, so they kind of let you know that there's been a increasing amount of attacks by monsters coming up out of the lake and plaguing the town and surrounding environs. Ruining crops, snatching children, eating grannies, that kind of thing.
Sounds like he's helping with the population control. Pass like a joke. Roll for a joke.
This is a serious matter, bro. People are getting eaten.
Oh,
They're not in the laughing mood right now. They're actually preparing to go over to the island and put a stop to the monsters, because that seems to be where they're all coming from.
and I'd like to point out, it just so happens, I point to my crew.
As you've brought a few more
Deckhands.
faces. Yeah. It turns out they have around 5 ships already, ready to go. So,
What say we all go to this island, but in different ships, in case one malfunctions?
that was the plan. You know, they have 5 ships, a whole lot of people, all the supplies they think they're going to need, all that kind of stuff. So, they kind of get your name, get your information, get your friends' names and informations, and everybody boards up. And it looks like they're getting ready to head out, like right now. So, you ready to go?
I want to see if there's anything in town that I can buy first. Is there a shopkeep?
They're leaving right now, though. You might miss the ship if you...
Okay, fine. Hold on.
I mean, there's more ships in the area. If you think you can get a ride later, you can always go into
No,
town.
I want to ride with my crew and your other people that recognize me are on a different ship.
All right. So you all load up into the ship. It seems like the busty boys, the burly boys, are in another ship. So you've got kind of a mixed crowd of looks like retired guardsmen, local law enforcement, and through the crowd, you catch sight of one individual I would like to bring note to. She's of average height. She's got kind of short, dark, tussly hair, and she has a melancholy look on her face. Like she's here to kick ass, but she's looking out over the water, absorbed in her own thoughts.
Can I use my magic to just skadoodle?
I'm describing.
I'm
Shut
sorry,
up.
sir. I'm sorry, sir.
Let me see. She has a little squirrel monkey sitting on her shoulder. She's holding something that looks kind of like a rifle, but is let me see, more arcane in nature. It looks like.
Flintlock? Flintlock?
No. It has the general shape of a rifle, but it's more like a staff with a couple of inlaid golden rune inscription things.
Okay.
It looks more magical than technological. She's wearing kind of all black. She's got gold buttons running down the front. Kind of a little cowl going on.
Make sure Paisley doesn't look.
Exactly. And she's got a little rucksack with which the square shape kind of suggests it has a couple of books inside. Whereas the rest of the ship is kind of abuzz with excitement and nervous tension, and the guys kind of jostling each other and
Is there
looking
arm
forward to
wrestling and drinking and...
drinking? No, maybe a little bit of arm wrestling, more kind of boasting and bragging. I chased off one of those monsters last week. Came at me, jumped at me with its claws, and I beat it into the ground.
A lot of testosterone.
Bravado, sir. Bravado, yes. But there in the back, this girl's just kind of got her chin in her hand, and she's looking out over the water.
I would like to go introduce myself.
You may do so.
Hello? No, just casual.
Casual? Alright, casual.
But she's not looking at me, right?
Mm-mm.
I want to make sure my feet are loud. My footsteps are loud, so she knows I'm approaching.
Thomp.
I just like to so I don't startle her.
Okay.
It's like...
Alright, her monkey notices you first, it seems like, and he kind of twists his head and chitters at you a little bit.
Just be like...
And at the noise, she kind of glances over. Kind of looks you up once and down.
What type of day is this? What time of day? Morning or afternoon?
It's mid-morning.
Morning to you.
She nods.
And I didn't believe I caught your name at the dock.
Well, that's no surprise. I didn't throw it.
Well, in confidence, would you mind telling me your name?
Depends on what you're going to do with it.
Just keep it in case I need you.
Dahlia.
Dahlia?
Dahlia Darkfire.
It's a lovely, lovely name, and it's lovely to meet you. I am Sakura, the magician. Pleasure to meet you, Dahlia.
You've been making a bit of a ruckus in the towns leading up to Burleydale, I hear.
In game, I want to in game. Yes, in game, I want to offer her my hand as a handshake.
She kind of looks at it and then looks back at you. Doesn't take it.
Very well. No, the whole COVID thing going on. I understand.
Yeah. Okay. So what brings you to the Burleydale subjugation quest, Sakura?
I'm glad you asked. My partner, Riddick. Not Rickard. No, yes. I'm sorry. I had like.
Rickard has less goggle going on, but
Like I had his bravado walking up.
Okay.
Rickard, my partner, is going after this creature that supposedly did him wrong personally. And since I've gone on several quests where he has aided me, I'm aiding him in this one. For no payment from him, of course. This is out of the kindness of my heart.
That's a rare breed these days. Most folk only travel beyond their town for money.
Money does make the girl roll around, Dahlia.
That it does.
My associates, Hortense and Paisley.
Hortense and Paisley are in the back. Hortense is getting in on the arm wrestling action and boasting.
Very much.
And Paisley's just kind of perched on some of the rigging, messing with her arrow and stuff, making sure all the arrows are in order.
And of course, Rickard.
Rickard is doing the same on a crate nearby, making sure the fletchings are in order.
And I'm gonna
B-string in the wax.
point to the other ship and say, Mike is also there.
Mike's on a different ship?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's over there. He's doing his thing.
So what brings you here? Fame? Fortune? A sense of purpose? Adventure?
My patron wanted me to retrieve some materials from this island. This was the quickest way to get over there, so I decided to join in. It's a lot cheaper than having to walk all the way across.
Like what you did there. You're not the great lord above, so therefore you cannot walk far. Well,
She looks at you kind of funny.
well, what you're going to do is not my business. But while you're here on this ship, your safety is my business. If there's anything you need, anything at all, Miss Dahlia, I will be at your request.
She kind of nods lazily and waggles her rifle-looking rod thing. Your concern is appreciated, but I do think I have my own safety under control. Thank you.
It's nice to have a man around the house.
Someone's got to wear the breeches.
Absolutely. So I look at her squirrel monkey, and I say, "Who's that little fella?"
This fellow? I just wrote his name down. Manajaku.
Bless you.
I didn't give him the name. That's how he introduced himself, and we've been traveling together ever since. So.
Do I have any fruit in my bag of holding?
Do you? Would you have picked up fruit somewhere? I think most likely, if you're buying traveling provisions, you might have some dried fruit as a little, trail mix kind of snack.
I was gonna offer him banana.
Dried banana?
Hey.
Offer him the banana. He snatches it, runs to Dahlia's other shoulder, and you can hear snacking noises from the other side of her head.
What a friendly little creature.
No, he's not. He's annoying. His fur gets in my hair all the time.
Can't say I've ever had that problem, but I acknowledge your annoyance. So we will be reaching town. This island within a little bit's time. My quarters is down there. Rickard, Paisley, and want to say horchata. Hortense
There you go.
will be over there. And I get a little close. I don't recommend you arm wrestle her.
No, leave the strength classes to what they do best, I guess. And leave the intellect classes to what they do.
I tip my hat to her and I said, I bid you adieu.
I do. She seems a little confused at your terminology, but...
I bid you good morning.
Alright, that makes a bit more sense. Alright, so, boat's pushing off. It seems like it's going to take, about 2 days, actually, to sail to the island. It's
Nice.
a fucking big lake. Let me see.
Who is the commander of the ship?
Commander of the ship? You ask around and you find out that it's Josho, kind of an older, scruffy fellow. Burly, as all these plains people seem to be. And he's up at the aft of the ship next to the wheel and the, or the rudder, I guess. I'm not really sure what kind of ship we're on.
The port bow.
Sure, yeah.
The bow of the ship, yeah. That's where the mast and the wheel is.
What size of ship are we talking about here? Are you talking about?
Like 2-layer.
2-layer?
Yeah, there's the top, and then there's the...
There's a top, the bottom, there's a sail.
Yeah, the giant wheel that's like a fortune.
There's like a little thing in the back.
With also a gold myth.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things on the ship. We could,
May or may not have vultures throwing eggs at you.
If the vultures are throwing eggs at you, then you're in the wrong universe. You need to get out of that
As
universe.
a Donkey Kong reference.
I know. You need to get out of that universe and go to somewhere more chill. Like,
Top of the morning to you,
Chicago.
Captain.
Yes. How are you?
Fine, sir. Pleasure to meet you.
Sakura, isn't it?
Yes.
You're one of those show fellows traveling across the land.
Pleasure to meet you.
I wouldn't make you for an adventurer, but I guess that's your thing, isn't
Part
it?
of my mystique.
Aye, mystique. Interesting. Yes. Use that in shows much, do you?
Yes.
Severe thunderstorm watch. Get out of here. So what brings you to my neck of the woods today, Sakura?
Pretty much the same thing as everybody else. Going to this island in search of new adventure.
Ah, you're looking to kill some dinosaurs, are you?
Only if they try to kill me first.
Thing about that, lad. A lot of the people here. Those bastards have tried to kill them first. So we're heading over to the island to make sure it doesn't happen again. We're going to stay there until all the dinosaurs are gone. You got the guts for this kind of journey, son?
Out of character. I didn't know they were going to be gone. Damn it.
Huh?
I said I didn't know they were going to be gone.
What gone?
The dinosaurs.
Well,
That's just his plane of thought.
the plan is for them to go over there and get rid of the dinosaurs so they stop attacking the people.
Okay.
Because that's where they seem to be coming from, and they want them to, stop.
Gotcha.
So, that's what a subjugation quest is.
Yeah, I know, but I had a couple ideas I wanted to do with the dinosaurs.
I imagine you did, and maybe you will get the opportunity to do
Okay.
so. We'll have to see.
Well, I'm not only a showman, I have experts in strength, cunning, dexterity, and also I'm a jokester.
I hear that much about you. They didn't much like the jokester part back in Bridgedale, did they?
Some people like comedy, some people don't. Sometimes my jokes are about as consistent as Joe Biden.
Who?
A lad from far away in a retirement home.
Your pa then.
I'll be in my quarters down below if you need anything, Captain.
Aye.
I bid you good morning.
We should have some clear sailing for the next 2 days. I don't
Excellent.
like the look of those thunderheads up ahead, but the weather mages do assure me that it'll clear up before we get there.
I trust your judgment and I trust your ability.
Wow. I wouldn't be captain if no one did. Ha!
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your contribution to our town's time of need.
Of course, of course.
Alright.
Should
So-
I roll for insight to see, or perception to see if anything of notice?
If you're paying attention to your surroundings, you can look around. The mood's still high. The guys are still bragging and so forth. If you want to, we can skip ahead until the next thing happens.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Alright. I will let you know right now. I have about a half an hour before I gotta head out.
Aww.
I know. I gotta get up really early.
What time is it? Like 3?
5 in the morning, man.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty early.
I was hoping till 10, but I understand. I really do.
And I haven't been very kind to myself lately. I stayed up to like 11 last night. And it's just... So today was kind of a bitch.
So you're
No.
still living in the apartment with your brother?
Hmm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyways, since we only have about half an hour, I don't know if we can get through this next part. So the rest of the day goes by pretty peacefully. On the morning of the next day, the sky is very pink. There seems to be a slight dusting of cirrus clouds covering the heavens, and all those clouds are catching the morning light, and that is what is causing the diffuse pink glow that greets you in the morning. This is a pretty normal weather thing. Josho doesn't seem to think so, though, because he's frowning and a bit unhappy in the morning as he chugs his coffee,
quote unquote.
so and so.
Should I inquire him? About
If you go up and ask, he kind of shakes his head and mutters a little bit. Those damn weather mages, they're never on the spot. They said this would blow to the east last night, and here we are with a growing storm just staying right in front of us, right over the island. If it keeps up its current trajectory, we'll hit that by noon.
Shall we change course?
There's not a lot of course we can change into, lad. We're going straight to the island. It's right there.
What precautions do you feel like we need to take?
No, we'll batten down the hatches, get everyone inside, tie down the barrels and crates, and make sure that idiot Pete doesn't go overboard again.
Right.
Side note. If you ever want some really fine liquor, Pete's the guy to go to. If you ever need a reliable man, Pete's not the guy to go to. So, keep him in the side eye. So they sail on, and the storm does keep getting bigger and bigger. And by afternoon, all the pink and the light and the nice and daytime, gone. Got thunderclouds everywhere.
I was going to inquire to him about Dahlia
Oh, Dahlia.
and see if he knows anything.
Back to the morning, and he kind of thinks for a moment and shakes his head like, "No, I heard that she was a court wizard from one of the larger cities, but I didn't quite hear where. There's a bit of a mysterious aura about that one. She's got shifty eyes, if you ask me. Not someone to be trusted."
Is anybody really trustworthy these days, sir?
Very few. You put the coin down and you hire folks, but sometimes sailors just jump ship.
Like Pete. Ha ha ha!
In Pete's case, it was more of a trip. Very short one, and he ended very wet.
Did me and the captain have a good laugh?
Seems like you're getting along pretty well, I think.
Excellent. Ow.
Good. Josho. Write his name down. He seems like he's going to be important later.
Would you like another one?
Huh? No, I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That was some good tea.
Alright, so we're entering a storm cloud.
Can I get the attention of the other ship by any way? Do I have like a
What do
shiny
you
watch
need
or a telescope?
Ask them about, because they're communicating over by the, up on the bow. It seems they have little magic rocks they can talk through.
I was gonna say just to check out like a shine. I want to see a shine back.
Yeah, sure. Someone shines something shining back at you.
Okay.
Kind of as like a friendly gesture. The waves are getting bigger. The wind's picking up. Like I said, it was getting dark with thunderclouds and all.
Like tonight.
Wow. So where are you on the ship about?
I'm on the flight deck. The front deck.
Front deck? Alright, kind of leaning over the railing.
Just staring out in the front.
Just looking at the clouds. A couple of the guys are as well.
Can I roll for perception to see if I notice anything out of the ordinary besides the clouds?
Sure, go ahead. That's fine. I'll tell you that despite the waves being really rough and choppy, you notice the moon is reflecting beautifully on the water.
I got it. Something's gonna happen.
And then you remember, it's the middle of the day. There shouldn't be a moon on the water.
I'm gonna look back and say, Captain? Captain Josho?
Josho. Aye, lad, what is it?
Do you see what I see? Point towards the
Yeah, he looks over, he's like, what is that?
insight.
You don't know.
No, I can't.
But as you're both looking at it, it blinks.
I looked at him with urgency and said, get everybody below deck right now. Except everybody able-bodied. Get everybody else below deck.
Aye, lad, that seems to be the case. He starts snapping orders and crew comes alive. People rushing around.
Let the other ship know.
Yeah, the communicator man is on the rock and chatting lively. Anyways, the moon eye moves and there's a lot of rushing under the water. You can see something big going by. It's like at least twice the size of the ship.
Fuck.
Yeah, like a fin cuts out through the water and it's like...
Okay, it's not an octopus. Good.
I'm not gonna do any hentai today. You can relax, take it easy.
I was just making sure, like a kraken.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's the usual thing people do, huh?
Yeah.
No, I have
I wasn't
something
being
a bit more-
inappropriate, sir.
I'm always inappropriate. So
I know.
Give it a shot.
You hear that, guys? Always inappropriate. Always up for, whatever.
He's always inappropriate.
Inappropriate, yeah.
So I guess I better get ready.
Yeah, man.
What weapons do I have again? Oh, my rifle.
You got a rifle. You got some spells. You got freaking some swords, some daggers. Oh, +1 dagger. Okay. Fire folding. Holy water vial. Silver guardian symbol. Guard musket. And a crossbow.
Well, we must get through this.
We must get through this. Yes. I have no idea what happens. The waves have gotten huge. All right. You've lost sight of a couple of the other ships that were further afield. And it seems like the storage is on like the tip of breaking. And that's when the dark shape in the water swims up in front of the ship and breaches through the water. Its big old moon eye staring directly at you. And what you see is a gigantic ichthyosaur.
Oh.
It's got a long, thin snout full of teeth. It's a huge dolphin-like body that extends down into the water. Looks very fishy, but at the same time, it's definitely a reptile, right? You know, you're familiar with what an ichthyosaur is.
Yes.
All right.
I'm glad it wasn't a mosasaur.
Yeah, Jurassic Park already did that. I'm doing something different.
Or a plesiosaur.
And you notice that even though it is out of the water, its eye still does not have a pupil or anything. It's all just kind of clouded over, and it's this glowing white, like a moon, but with a little bit more green-blue mixed in.
Is it blind?
It looks like it could be. It opens its giant maw and emits this kind of wailing roar that kind of shakes the boat. And look, at the perfect moment, just for appearance's sake, lightning crashes right behind it. Right into dramatic shit now.
Oh, very nice. Is there any sign of intelligence from this thing?
You look at its blank eyes and its animalistic posing, and you think, nah, that's one big fish. And then the stench of its roar hits you. I'm gonna need you to make a con check for me real quick.
So I don't throw up?
Something like that, yeah. 14 plus con. Let me see, you got a 2? 14, 15, 16? Yeah, that's one enough. So, yeah, the stench hits you, and it's just, stagnant water mixed with dead things, mixed with a very long time underwater in salt.
No.
And you get this noxious mix of, ugh, it smells gross. A couple of the other fellows, kind of choke and, have bubbly sounds coming from their throat.
So does this thing pose a threat?
I mean, it's a giant dinosaur.
It just might be territorial.
You gonna roll insight?
Yes.
15? Plus 5 for your insight, I think. Yeah. It is definitely getting aggressive on you guys.
Okay.
And as its roar dies down and kind of sinks into the waves a little bit, smaller things start flying out of the water towards the ship. It seems like there's a swarm of tiny fish, but with really ugly fish. They're like fat little groupers with little stickies on them. And they're jumping really high and really fast and
Can I do something?
making this grunting noise as they come. Yeah, they're jumping up on the ship.
What is the intimidation factor for the ichthyosaur?
Intimidation factor?
Like, how high of intimidation do I need to roll?
To intimidate it?
Because I want to produce a roar that will scare it away and scare the other stuff away. I'll fight it if necessary.
You want to roar at it. Huh.
Interesting, huh?
I'm just trying to figure out how much I want to give you. It's not much because I'm a very stingy DM. Yeah, go ahead and roar. Roll your intimidation, and we'll see what happens. Don't just drop down with 20, dude. Base. Let me see. 19 plus intimidation. Plus 7. Wow, that's actually a big intimidation. So you're at 26 on a roll.
I'm just like,
Oh, wow.
but is my thing higher than its thing though?
Then it's no, this thing doesn't seem really phased by you, but you do get a couple of the smaller grunty fish to go towards the other boat instead. So there's a few less for you to deal with.
Okay.
But
Were any of the crew scared by what I just did?
yeah, you kind of made a couple of them freeze like little cats, with their eyes wide and shit.
Just look at Dolly like, that's just out of the bedroom.
She has one eyebrow raised and doesn't seem super impressed.
Well, I'll take an eyebrow. And I was like, how about I just scream, 2 arms!
Everybody's ready, bro. The fish are here. We're gonna roll initiative. Roll your initiative. 12.
Hair.
What?
Hair.
Hair.
This is pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thought it was pretty neat myself. I didn't really think it out all the way through, but I'm gonna come up with something. I think it's let me see that real quick. Dex is 3, I think. 10 for Dahlia. Rickard's got advantage and shit. 15. 15. 20. Oh, Rickard. Fucker's fast as fuck. Who else? Let's see what Josh is doing. He would kind of be in charge of this shit. 16. Josh, we roll for the sisters.
And Hortense is not very proficient in long range, I'm assuming.
No, not really. They're kind of after you, but before Dahlia. Paisley. Who else do you can have? Well, for Jillian, I guess.
He's not here. He went back home.
He did not come. That's right. Actually, I
Mike.
forgot.
Mike.
Yeah, Mike. He's on the other ship.
Because the other things are going for him.
True.
Oh,
Fine.
poor Mike.
Mike's dead, dude.
D-E-D. Dead.
D-E-D.
Dead. Mike!
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so we're gonna have everyone make a quick deck save as these funky fish are coming onto the ship. And they're like leaping like flying fish. They're just cannonballing over the ship.
And
So go
my
ahead.
dex,
and
which means I can
roll.
shoot them, right?
No, right now we're just trying to dodge them. Because if you want, you can choose to try to hit. Because as they come towards you, you can swing with your sword or what you want to do.
Okay.
Swinging with your sword for 16. Yeah, you cut a fish in half. Let's see what everybody else says. Rickard steps to the side as the fish come by and just kind of dodges. Hortense hammers the fucker in the face,
Nice.
as you do. Paisley's a bit on Rickard's page. She's kind of ducking and weaving. One comes at Dahlia, but she makes some like symbols in the air with her hands, and it bounces off an invisible field that pops up in front of her.
How nice.
Mike gets hit full in the chest and goes overboard, as do a few of the other hands. It seems that these burly plains people not too good on ships.
What about the other person that came on earlier from the town that I recruited?
From the town. That's
No,
right.
The one I wanted to call Brad.
Brad.
Brad Paisley. And you said no fewer
that
puns?
was Mike. Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Mike's dead. We do have two other guys. Faxton and Andromeda.
There you go.
Andromeda's kind of an older lady, and she's, got her jaw set, and she's shooting out with her rifle, doing as your badass female protagonists do. Faxton has gone below board with the non-combatants.
Of course. Chicken shit.
He's a skinny kid. He's a skinny dude. He likes ships. He doesn't like fighting. He came for the ships.
He's a piece of shit.
He wants a piece of shit.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure Pete and Joshua are not appreciating my puns at this time.
Stop using your yappa and start using your sword, boy.
Sorry. Okay, so what's the dex of the monsters attacking?
It's not really important. I'm kind of just breezing through it.
Okay.
But they seem to have a pretty low dexterity, all things considered, because they're just like yeeting themselves out of the water over the ship and hoping to like bite people as they go. So you slashed yours, Rickard dodged, and Paisley dodged, and Hortense and Dahlia did their thing. So now we come to the big fish, and what the big fish, the ichthyosaur, is going to do. Let's see, it's going to give you a taste of its destructive power.
Oh boy.
While y'all were dodging all the smaller fish, it had swum under, and it's going up towards the other ship that you can see over yonder.
Yeah.
And you lose sight of it for just a second, until, it comes up, like, there's a wave, the ship is on the side of the wave, fucker comes out of the wave, jaw wide, and kind of like crashes into the ship,
Is it capsize?
chews it a few times. Due to its momentum, it actually only gets a few scratches on the ship and kind of pushes it out of the way. So the ship like turns and everything jerks and a couple people fall overboard, but it doesn't really seem to capsize, and the ichthyosaur continues to glide by it and gives it a good slap with its tail, just for good measure.
I need to look at Joshua and said, full speed ahead, we need to get out of here.
The wind's taking us as fast as we can go. These waves aren't helping.
Can I ask Dahlia
What are you gonna ask me?
if he could perform magic to make us go faster?
That's more of a weather wizard thing, not my thing.
Okay. I figured I'd ask.
Believe me, I'm praying to every god I believe in.
Can we add another sail just with magic?
You are more of an illusionist, so I don't think you've got sails. So right now you're probably just gonna have to ride this one out. Try to make sure your people
I see
here
what you did
are
there.
safe as possible.
Ride this one out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I'll just keep fighting.
Mm-hmm. So
Can I take...
Let's see.
Can I shoot the thing while it's attacking the other ship?
Okay, its attack on the other ship has already happened, but it is like still riding its momentum
I want to get prepped.
past your ship, right? So it is coming your way. So go ahead and prep your weapons. People look like they are gearing up to try and hit it as it goes by.
I want to shoot it in the eye.
All right, the eye is a pretty big target. Okay, DC set. Go ahead and roll. Let me see. We're shooting, so we use Dex with the gun. Where is gun? God must get +5. 14 +5. Yeah, that'll do it. You hit his eye. But all things considered, it doesn't do as much damage as you might have thought. Like you can see the bullet definitely went in.
But it's not blinded or anything?
It's not really blind.
I meant like...
But like impaired significantly. Not really. A lot of projectiles are being thrown at it right now, and as it comes by, you can actually see like it's got some harpoons and old rusted things stabbed into it. Got a bunch of scars. And while it's kind of dark and slatey colored, like black, speckly on the top, and gray to silver on its belly, it's... How do I put this? It's kind of pale overall.
So it's sick.
Like, not ruddy and healthy as a creature might be. It doesn't look well.
It looks sick.
Yeah.
Roll for investigation.
Okay.
To see, like, does it have a weakness?
Okay. You go ahead and roll. You kind of ask your friends, like, doesn't it look a little sick to you as part of your thinking?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. And it's actually Rickard
17.
who kind of clues you in. He, like, does a little spell of his, and his eyes widen, and he says, that thing's dead.
So it's undead fish? Okay.
Undead.
Is there any point in time where this fish is going to attack us like this and I can just cut its head off?
Bro, it is way too big for you to think about cutting its head off with your little sword.
What about a fin?
A fin you might be able to manage. It has disappeared for the moment, just probably getting ready for another round of shenanigans. Let me see. It seems the ugly little grouper fish have recovered their courage and are coming at the ship in force. So we're going to have you make 2 dex saves this time, or attack as you wish. So the number of small fish yeeting themselves out of the water view is like kind of double as what we had last time.
I want to get out of here as soon as I can.
Alright.
I'd rather flight than fight to save most of my crew.
Okay. You haven't really come upon any methods of going faster. There might be a weather mage on the ship. There's probably...
Dahlia?
No, she said that wasn't really her thing. She's got a different specialty. We might...
The monkey.
Yes, the monkey is the weather mage.
At this point.
I mean, it's gotten pretty crazy. But no, Manjaku is not the...
Just that first. The monkey.
Good moment. The monkey.
I'm just picturing that scene
Alright.
from Bruce Almighty.
The monkey.
The monkey.
Oh, jeez. No, the weather mage is probably going to be one of the other humans.
I call out loud, do we have a weather mage on board?
A guy who just like threw a lightning bolt into a fish's face said, yes, that's me.
So what do I inquire him about?
You want to go faster, right? You ask him if you can make the ship go faster. He kind of thinks for a second, Like, kind of nods. I'm already making it go as fast as we can go. I've got the wind headed that way. I've got the lightning headed that way. And, we're going to just see how it goes. And I'm
I got it.
doing as much as I can to calm the waves, too.
Can you create a whirlpool over there?
Oh, offensive magic. Yes. The thing is, I can only concentrate on one spell at once. So, while I'm controlling the wind, I cannot control the water as well. You see, I got to balance it out, the magic. It is much magic. But if you want to go slower, I can try the whirlpool idea.
Make sure it pulls the fish in and not us.
Alright. Joshua, we have your approval for this? Just roll for persuasion.
Oh, that's not great.
Persuasion's pretty high, right? You got a 15. What's Joshua's insight onto this matter?
He does not like it.
No, he doesn't. He wants to get out too. You're kind of on the same page. So he's like, no, Esteban, keep the ship going.
It wasn't a bad idea, though. Like, I don't know what to do at this point. I don't know what to do at this point.
Ride it out, bro.
Okay.
We're in the middle of combat. Alright, make your swings or what have you. You want to try and dodge one? You want to try to hit
Yeah,
one?
I'll dodge.
Okay, dodge one, hit one. Dex save. Nice. It's a fashionable dodge, too. You pivot around. Roll for the next thing. I think it's a hit. And manage to score a hit. Let me see, +5? Yeah, so you duck under one fish and like kind of stab one in the stomach as it goes by. Like coat flying.
It
arm
cuts it in
heroically
half
the
while
air.
it's flying.
Uh-huh. Shoom. Straight through the mouth, all the way down the side. So for some reason, fish fillet pops into your head. Alright, let's see what everybody else is doing. Let me see. Not one dodge and one roll for Rickard. 14. His dex is pretty high, I think. Yeah, 14, 17. Dodged pretty easily. He just dodges twice. He's just kind of playing, games with the fish. Let's see. Sako went. Joshua is up at the stern. 15 and a 11. Connor, captain, +3. 14. Alright, he takes a knock on the shoulder, but it looks like he's still mostly okay. It didn't look like the fish got its teeth into him. Let's see, Hortense and Paisley, what are we doing over here? 2. Hortense! No!
Is she mortally wounded?
I'm gonna figure it out in a second.
Okay.
Okay, that's 2. She's a fighter, I think, so... she's gonna be trying to strike the fish. So with around a... Yeah, okay, that's only one hit on her. Paisley got 10. She's gonna be trying to dodge and shoot, so 10 for dodge and 18 for shoot. She's shooting nice. Alright, let me see. When the fish come back, Hortense was not paying attention, so she got like chomped on the back.
Oh no.
Straight on. Yeah. Let me roll for a damage.
Damage.
6? Oof.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, bet. Let's see. 6. You're like, oh, I got 24. She's a fighter. She's a bit sturdier. Yeah, she's beating down her back, but she seems alright for now. Easy.
Dahlia, can she cast a protective barrier on the ship?
You ask her that?
Yeah.
Let me see. She can dodge and swim. Damn. Okay. So she kind of ducks under a fish and like one-handed rifles another out of the air. While replying to your question, no, I don't think there are force fields in existence big enough to cover a ship. She seems pretty calm, all things considered.
How about when the giant fish comes in for a frontal assault?
Mike's dead.
Can she put up a barrier where it'll hit the barrier and take damage?
I've got a personal armor spell like that, but it would have to hit me to take the damage, and I personally don't want to get hit.
But I'm saying it could take itself out.
It's large enough that I think any personal protected spells that I would have on me wouldn't exactly hurt it that much.
Okay. So out of game, we're just gonna keep going. Are we just gonna keep going?
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm gonna go maybe 3 more rounds of this, and then we'll start to wrap up this encounter.
Okay.
And leave you on a little note, a little something for the future.
Because I'm trying to think. You're giving me subtle hints, but I'm not picking them up on what to do.
No, it's fine. It's just like this is kind of a survival kind of thing, right? There's not a lot you can do except for try to survive.
I can't summon another illusion and scare it off.
I don't think you can. No. Perhaps an illusion might be useful to divert the smaller grunt fish.
I will do that.
Okay, so you set up an illusion.
I want a Tarask.
A Tarask? Alright, you can draw a 15-foot Tarask on board. Doesn't affect the weight of the ship. And you do notice that the gruntfish try to go for its legs. They go right through since it's an illusion, but they seem happy, and they're not going for the people as much. So you've helped. Well done. Let's see. Round 3.
Fights.
Yeah, we're gonna start at the top. We're gonna go with Rickard, and this time we're gonna go 3 rolls because the fish are bombarding the ship.
How much health does the big fish have?
Big fish?
The Icto.
So much.
So there's no way to kill it.
Also considering it's already dead.
To disable it.
To disable it, you'd have to probably chop it up. And right now, you don't really have the capacity for that, I think.
But if I could just cut off its fin and then slow it down to where it cannot make as much. Because I'm trying to think of other things.
Joshua seems to be on board as well, because he's coming down over to you from the crow's nest. Dodging fish as he comes. Poorly. He takes kind of another blunt to the side. Blow. Blunt, blow. Close to what I want. No.
No, sorry. Is there a way...
So the boys have been on the sending stones, and they've been talking, and we think it's about time to get out the razor wire. We're going to try and get over to our other ship, but it's going to require a bit of maneuvering to get the big ship away. We were wondering if you had any illusion magic like this Tarask here to lure the big fish away. Could you make one the size of the ship, do you think? You could make a smaller copy of the ship, yes, but it is doable.
I have an idea. I will make the copy of the smaller ship and put it on the water.
That's what we were hoping, yeah.
And then I'll push it further out to sea.
We need to get over to the smaller ship so we can hook up the razor wire between the ships, and we're hoping that this could
distract him.
Deal some damage to that big old ichthyosaur.
Okay.
We hope.
So
it's kind of a slim chance.
So I send the ship, 400 feet out?
Alright, and I want you to make a persuasion check as well. 10 plus your, 5 for 15? This fish literally has the dumbest shit. So, yeah, that was a 2. Yeah, this plan seems to work. They got Esteban, the weather mage, shifting the wind, so they're going closer to the other ship. You make your little illusion. You summon all your might, all your creativity, all your artistic flair, and make a multi-step illusion. Little realistic people running about on it. Out of nowhere. The gruntfish seem really confused. You see one flying by, and it's kind of looking between the two of them. Very confused look on its face as it plunked back into the water. But they start going towards that other ship too, because they didn't see that until a moment ago.
I'm just gonna yell at Joshua, set the razor wire right now. We don't
On our way, lad.
We don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, so the ships close their distance. There's a lot of throwing back and forth of twine and razors and shit, and then they start to part again, unspooling these long cords of cable, very thin cable, between them, and it's kind of like a thin net of it as well. So it like goes between the water, under the water, just a little bit. Meanwhile, over by your little illusionary boat, you see the ichthyosaur just kind of like breach out of the water, trying to do the same thing it did to the other ship and damage it extensively. But it goes right through and looks a little bit confused on the flip side. It like flaps its tail at it, trying to do more damage. What happens next?
I had an idea, but I didn't know how to implement it. Well, since I cut one of its eyes off, how does it know where we are?
You don't know.
What do I roll for that? Investigation?
We'll try and figure it out. Yeah, I think an investigation check would be apropos. 3.
I gotta re-roll, please, DM.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Achoo! No, that's better.
14? Yeah. You're looking at this thing. It seems to just know where you are somehow. Like, clearly it's not looking at you. So maybe it's some other sense.
Is it using echolocation?
That's a possibility.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Everybody be quiet!
They look at you kind of funny. Why?
Because if we don't make as much noise, it'll confuse it. Too bad we can't, like...
Storm.
Too bad... Like I said, we can't change the structural integrity of the ship by tapping it to where the sound doesn't bounce off.
You'd have to get everybody to be pretty still, though. Roll persuasion for this crew as you like to kind of explain this plan and your idea.
20.
Come on, Napkin. Killjoy. 17. Nice. So, you go through the steps. You're thinking, this thing's blind. It can't see. Maybe it's using kind of a touch-based sense, right? And you can easily, like, the crew and Joshua, like, start to nod and kind of see what you're saying. And they kind of, like, give out a couple of orders. Joshua additionally comes up with, like, for the people who need to be on the move, they get some, like, carpeting for their shoes, and kind of rub them around.
And everybody hold on to the side so that way nobody falls over.
Yeah. So yeah, you are still in the middle of a storm. Rain's coming down pretty hard at some point when the small fish started jumping through. Yeah, your ship goes quiet. Or as quiet as you can get on a ship in the middle of a storm, with orders still needing to be passed around, so on and so forth. Meanwhile, you see the ichthyosaur take one more pass at the illusion over there, seemingly getting kind of frustrated that it can't really touch it. And then the fish swarm turns back towards your ship.
Can they see?
You saw eyes on them, so presumably, yes, they can see. Something funny about those little grunt fish. Sometimes their bodies weren't whole. Like, sometimes you could see chunks of flesh missing out of them. Like, important muscle groups missing. You could see their bones through their skin.
So they are decayed.
Very odd, yes. Decayed grunt fish. Yes.
Is there any way we can catch the fish?
I mean, yeah, they are, like, literally throwing themselves onto the boat, so if you want to try and catch one, you definitely can.
Tell them to quietly get nets.
There are nets all over the place. If you want to grab one yourself, you can do so.
Everyone that gets on the ship, tie them up.
Okay. You get a few of your people, Hortense and Paisley, and Andromeda. They're all on your page, so they help you out. Okay, so you've got a couple of nets. You're going to hold them up and try and catch some of the small fish?
But everybody needs to be quiet.
Everybody is being as quiet as possible on your ship. The other ship, you can still hear, like, you know, yelling
Commotion.
and stuff. And you haven't seen the ichthyosaur in a minute. So, yeah, a next wave of small fish comes up. You hold up the nets and try to catch one.
Catch them all.
They're coming in
A
from
majority.
all different angles, and you only have the one net in the middle of the ship. So let's roll for it and see how you do.
Can somebody go like this? Swing the net?
Swing the net? You said you wanted to tie the nets together. So do you want like one giant sheet of net, or do you want like multiple smaller nets?
I want
Like,
anyone.
why do you want to catch the fish?
So they'll stop going.
It's a whole lake of fish, man.
The less we have to deal with.
Okay. Yeah, let's roll to catch fish. 19. Alright. So the addition of nets into the equation really seems to stump these dumb fish. Like, they come in expecting to, like, slap somebody and flop themselves off. But now they come in, slap a net, and get stuck and just kind of flip flapping around,
That's what I want.
as fish do. And you catch a lot of them, too. They're starting, like, to pile up on the deck because you've got the nets up. The sailors and your multiple friends start, stabbing, hammering.
Yeah. Tell Rickard to.
Yeah, he's already on it, man.
Nice.
He seems to have caught on to your plan about halfway through and is,
Quickly dispatching.
yes, quickly dispatching and even, like, deflecting some fish midair into the net. So, you're making a haul and also a stink because as these things land and start, like, flopping their juices everywhere, little giblets of fish coming off,
I got it.
because they don't seem very structurally integral as a living fish might be. And they're very stinky. Very stinky.
Now we only have to worry about the big fish right now.
Speaking of which, someone yells, and the commotion on the other ship actually raises to a fervor, as you look out, and you can see under the water that one big moon eye coming on a beeline towards the other ship. And before you can really do anything about it, it just, like, comes out directly at the ship. This already damaged ship. Where'd my die go? No. 12.
12.
Let's see. Cha-cha. Oh, 99.
Goodbye, ship.
Yeah.
Poor Mike's everybody else.
So, the ichthyosaur comes up at a high enough angle that it comes down on the ship, like, lands fully on the ship, and you can see, like, almost the entirety of its length as it kind of, like, hits the ship, slides, slaps it with its tail, and, pieces of ship go everywhere. You can see, like, a couple of people flying through the air, and it all kind of lands everywhere. It also seems that as it's kind of like crescent-shaped tail is coming into the water, it hits where the razor wire was connected to the other ship, and the razor wire gets stuck on its tail and disappears with the fish into the sea. And you can see as the razor wire kind of is getting pulled into the sea, coming towards the ship very quickly. It hits where the ship is connected and tugs your ship. And now you're kind of surfing on the back of an ichthyosaur through a storm-tossed sea.
Is it pulling
Or
us towards
lake.
the island or away?
Currently towards, roughly.
Let it pull us.
It seems some of the sailors are struggling to go and cut the wire because it seems they think this might be bad for the ship.
Just say not yet.
You're trying to hold them back? They seem very insistent. You might need to roll persuasion.
Tell them my plan that will let the fish run aground and take us to the island.
Do you think it's dumb enough to do that? It's pretty dumb, but, like...
You already said it was a dumb fish.
I did say it was a dumb fish. Yeah, I did say that. Well, 1 more 3. You're pretty charismatic. I'll let you roll do it again.
Wait, charisma.
So it's like, your persuasion is a +5, so 5, 6, 7, 8. You rolled an 8. You want to go with that result?
No.
Alright, roll again now. No. Oh,
That's better.
12, 5, 6, 17. With 17, you manage to convince them to wait and, like, see if it'll pull you towards the island, but then Joshua comes in with a counter-argument. It's gonna dive, brother. It's gonna go down, and if it goes down, it's gonna pull us straight with it. Also, being tugged around is not really good for the structure of the ship since we have the razor wire tied into some of the integral structures. And as he's talking, you can hear, like, some ominous creaking coming from the boarding.
I need to ask Joshua a very important question. Do you have lifeboats? Do you have lifesavers?
Aye, we got 2.
Can I breathe underwater?
No, you cannot.
How long can I hold my breath?
Think. No. You can hold your breath for a number of rounds to your con mod, so... rounds? I forget the exact rules for it, but it's a pretty long time. I think about 2 minutes.
I'm tying a rope around my ankle.
Okay, what are you doing? What are you planning on
I'm
doing?
gonna go cut that razor wire off the fish.
Off the fish. It's connected to the boat as well. Why not just cut it here?
Because what if the razor wire going around the tail will take less time than cutting it off the ship? Because it's all one mesh. It's thicker up here because it's splayed all over the front. Oh, the back, rather. It's pulling us forward.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It's pulling you almost sideways, right? Because the razor wire is tied about amidships.
And I say, we're going to die if we don't cut this razor wire, either by being capsized or by being pulled under.
There is more ominous creaking from the ship.
I'm going to pull out my dagger.
Alright. And you're just going to go for it?
Might as well.
So you've got a rope attached to you. You're going to dive overboard and attempt to go cut it near the tail, thus saving some resources. Okie dokie.
I'm just trying to do something at this point.
What's your strength? You're like a +1 in strength? The ship is going pretty quickly, and I do not think you will be able to swim.
Can I land on the fish?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Can I cut the tail off?
Probably not. It's a pretty big tail. Like with a sword, might take a couple minutes to hack through the thing.
I have a couple
The
minutes.
easiest solution is like just to cut the wire up here at the ship, which is what they were trying to do in the first place.
Fine.
All right, they go to cut it, but suddenly the ship stops moving, and the line slacks a little bit, and everything like gets kind of quiet for a couple seconds.
Slowly cut it, slowly cut it, slowly cut it.
Yeah, they go ahead and cut it off and cast it over, and you're sitting on like a swell. As like an ocean wave that kind of pushes you up, and you can see like the eye in the water underwater, kind of circling around, and then it blinks and dives, and the swell comes back down, and it's still kind of quiet, eerily so. There's like
Tell
thunder and
Esteban
lightning.
we need to go.
Already
Focus
it,
on
boss.
speed.
Already on it, boss. That he's wind bending the ship and all. Wind's picking up. Sail fills out. Y'all start to sail away. Sky's still black. There's lightning flashing, rain coming. Fish are still periodically jumping over.
Dahlia,
Yeah.
can she make a lightning bolt strike the fish?
She's got something, yeah. You don't know where the fish is though right now.
Just
if
tell
you
her to
swear.
be on standby.
So you tell her get ready, and she kind of like rolls her eyes because she's already on standby, considering this is an emergency situation.
Explain to her when that fish comes out of the water, shock it. And water can carry electricity. So that would kill all the fish that are trying to come up and kill the ichthyosaur.
What you're looking for right now, go talk to Esteban about that, because he's more the elemental kind of thing.
I was like, pardon me. Esteban, slow the speed. Whenever that fish comes up, hit it with lightning.
Boss, I thought we were trying to get away from this area?
We're trying to make sure nothing else comes after us in the immediate area.
Alright, so as you're talking, like you're on the downslope of a wave, and then in front of you, you see the eyes open up in the wave just in front of you, as the ichthyosaur comes down on your ship.
No!
We got lightning from Esteban. Dahlia picks up her rifle.
Everybody, knock
And,
it back. Knock it back while it's
Everybody
coming.
shoots. I mentioned this thing's like twice the size of the ship, right?
We have to at least make it.
Fall away?
Yeah, just
When it's already like, your ship's here. Your wave's up here.
can
the
she
fish is
put
coming
up
this
a
way.
shield where it just bounces off the shield?
You did talk about this earlier, and only around herself.
So are we all dead?
How do I want to put this? It lands on the ship. We're gonna cut to black. You're not dead. We'll get into what happens next time.
That's fine. That's fine.
Do you like my drama? Do you like my drama? I'm so excited.
I was hoping we get to the island.
We're gonna start on the island next time. It's like a
So same time next week?
shipwreck kind of thing. You know how it is. Yeah, we can do this next week on Monday. Okay.
Not dead yet.
Not dead yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I was kind of hoping that the lightning bolt would have stopped its momentum and it would just became static and just went right back down.
Okay.
Like the lightning bolt would have stopped the momentum.
That's not really how lightning works.
I mean,
But you did do your best. You did, You are essentially fighting a force of nature at this point. But maybe you will have more luck in your next encounter because I'm gonna ramp the power down from there in the future. So we'll see how it goes.
thanks, buddy.
Yeah, man.
That's fun.
Cliffhanger ending, kind of. You know you're gonna live. You're the protagonist.
Anything you want to say to the stream before we end it?
Fish rocks.
Especially when you land on them.
Well,
Bye, everybody.
land on your feet.
Goodbye, everybody.